future. Somebody's taking over the world. It's still good. It's still different. There's only 13 episodes, so get it while it's hot, is what I would say to you if you're a Fringe fan. Not your cup of tea, I take it?
I saw the first few episodes, but it didn't stick. I don't think it's one of those. But I know some people who really really like it, and I know how well it's appreciated. And there's a lot of people complaining that it never really shows up in like the award shows in America. I always see a lot of complaining.
No.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays the main character, the old guy, I can't remember. I'm terrible on names. Luke probably told you that. It really does play a great part, and probably should get some sort of award this year, but probably
John
not.
Noble, I think, is that
John
right?
Noble, well done. See, I need you around with the names. You're good with the names, Matt. We'll slip back into a little bit of chat about the X Factor now. As we mentioned, down on the numbers from Strictly Come Dancing. But this weekend, sure, Nostradamus Matt predict correctly that Rylan and Kai will be in the bottom two. How on earth did you pull that one out?
I just thought there's a lot of support for the rest of them. I was a bit iffy after that, the boy band with the three members, and not
That's
with the four
District
members.
3,
District
not
3.
Union J.
No, District 3 did a very, very dodgy performance, I thought maybe. But then I think they've got a lot of support. Both those boy bands now have sort of found their like teen girl audience, whereas Kai just seems to be, a bit meh, a bit nothing about him. I think there's no support for him. And I think Rylan maybe just there wasn't enough comedy votes this week for him.
I was very annoyed with Talisa. I really wanted Rylan gone.
Did you?
And she had the chance to get rid of him. And I think Kai could have gone on for another 2 weeks and then gone quietly.
Yeah.
But this would have been the week to get rid of Rylan and let's start making this a singing competition. But no, we've got 2 to 3 more weeks of Rylan madness. He can't sing.
He was actually all right in the sing-off. I know he wasn't as
What?
good.
No, come on. What was that? He was warbling.
Yeah, but it was at least something more than what he has been doing. He seemed to sort of take it a little bit seriously. But I
thought he was singing in a foreign language.
Yeah, he should have.
I thought it was awful.
I would agree with you.
Yeah. There wasn't so much drama this week, was there? Although apart from Lucy leaving, I suppose that's fairly dramatic. They kind of underplayed that really a lot, didn't they? I mean, Dermot said it at the beginning, a couple of the acts mentioned it, and Talisa mentioned it, and then there was nothing really much, was there? It's as if she's been sort of, erased from X Factor memory.
Although I do hear that they're planning to bring her back for the final to sing a song of her own creation. I mean, Tulisa was going on like she died. Her like sort of eulogy towards her. That was, she's an amazing person, and I wish her the best of luck and everything. And but there was sort of rumours that she'd left because she didn't like performing the cover versions every week. Of course, there was the she said she was ill, but I don't know.
How ill is she?
Yeah.
I'd heard as well that she wasn't very happy about being kicked out of the hotel for not really doing that much. I mean, as she said in her faux apology, in my audition I did think about getting drunk and, that's all she did. And she hardly did a Frankie Kokoza on us, did she? She hardly went out and... So I think, possibly she was overreacting a little bit to that. On the Sunday night show, performances from Rita Ora...
Yeah, Rita Ora and No Doubt.
Now, whenever Gwen Stefani starts shouting at me, "Am I hot?" my first response was yes. I know that there was a lot of male Twitter followers of mine very happy that she was back on the television. Why didn't everybody get the No Doubt masterclass, do you think?
I think they all did, but they only chose to show those 4 because I think... I like with Jarmaine, for example, they had all the footage of Nicole Scherzinger working in Asda, and obviously
that's true.
Rylan going to Essex, where Amy Charles just happened to be.
That made me groan. You saw nothing of him preparing for this week, just the whole ream and as if Towie doesn't get enough publicity. You had to do it on blooming mainstream ITV.
Almost seemed like a pilot, didn't it, for like a Rylan Amy Child show? Because Amy doesn't do Towie anymore, so.
No, but she's very much the...
What fresh new hell is this if you have the Rylan and Amy? Yeah. And I do like as well, No Doubt didn't have to hear Christopher sing. He just went in and talked and then left again.
Yeah, I'm going to do one of your songs. I'm not really going to sing it for you right now. And he didn't do it bad. And Don't Speak is a great song, and I was a bit worried for him. I thought that's a bit too big for him. But no, he pulled it off.
James, isn't it?
Oh, it was James that did that, yeah.
I
Oh, right, so they didn't have to hit...
They heard
yeah,
James
Christopher,
off.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, Christopher didn't... You're right, Christopher didn't sing for them.
No, he just
Well, it's
said,
a bonus.
everyone's having a go at me, everyone's slagging me off. And they went, oh, don't listen to them then. And then came on another cheesy power ballad.
Cruise Ship Christopher, as I've named him now. Or I still claim he is like somebody playing the Joker. Who's the bloke? Scouse crossdresser.
Pete Burns.
No, the other one. Who had a show on ITV at about 5 o'clock.
Oh, Paul O'Grady.
Paul O'Grady playing the Joker is. If you look at when he smiles at the end, it's Paul O'Grady playing the Joker.
Although I've got a friend who's likened him to Zamo from Grange Hill, and I can sort of see that.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, Zamo mixed with Paul O'Grady. So okay, next let's people, if they want to get their betting cards ready, who's going to be in the bottom two this week, Matt?
I'm going to go out on a limb. I would say both of the boy bands. That's my controversial decision this week.
Ooh.
Both
I think it's
UJ.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Rylan and a boy band, and I would say it tends to go in circles. So I would say this time it's Union J.
Union J. Well,
because I think District 3 will come back.
Can
they not merge District 3? District 3 were the bad one this week, so they'll go away and come back and do something very simple, and then Union J will start to do things a bit wild, and then they'll be in the bottom two.
I just think they'll split the vote between them too much, and neither will.
Yeah.
That's just what I think. I think Rylan will be safe because he was in the bottom two this week, and they tend to have like a week off, don't they? If they
maybe it'll be Christopher. Problem is the final should be James, Ed, Ella, and Jarmaine.
Ella.
It should be absolutely those three.
I think those three. I mean, Jarmaine, for me personally, he doesn't do a lot for me, but he has got a crazy amount of fans who will have to hurt me if I say anything slightly.
They will find you. They will find you. They will be knocking on your door, armed with Asda sheets of paper.
The Jarmaniacs, as I like to call them.
Oh, the Jarmaniacs. Good. I like that. Yeah, I'm registering that on Google right afterwards. Jarmaniacs. Wonderful. Let's move on. So there you are, the X Factor back this weekend. And of course, another reality show coming. We'll talk about I'm a Celebrity, which starts this Sunday at 9 p.m. The return of Ant and Dec and the Jungle. Good luck, Luke. We ought to talk about who's going to be in that. So you have a kind of like a 10 list, don't you, of who we think is going to be in there? Do you want to go through that very quickly?
Yeah, there's actually 11, actually.
Right.
So,
it's gone up.
Well, there's the Tory MP, Nadine Dorris. We'll mention her first because she's controversially been suspended by the Tories.
Yeah.
She
not
apparently
that controversially. I don't think that sitting. The reason they've done it is they say she won't be able to fulfil her commitments to her constituency, and there's a number of important votes coming up. So I think they're right to do that.
Apparently, she wants to go in and talk about abortion, so that should be a fun show.
Yeah, ITV won't cut that bit out, will they?
But of the rest, you've got Linda Robson of Birds of a Feather fame, Helen Flanagan, who I believe was Rosie Webster in Coronation Street, Charlie Brooks, who was Janine in EastEnders, Rosemary Schreiger, who is a chef best known for Ladette to Lady, Ashley Roberts, who I'm informed was in the Pussycat Dolls. Eric.
I thought there was only her. I thought there was only Nicole and one other girl called Kimberly. Was there others? Oh gosh.
Yeah, there was lots. There was a lot. One of them, I believe, was on Pop Star to Opera Star earlier in the year, but you obviously missed that one.
Wow. That one skipped me by. I'll have to go and get the DVD. Let's hope that Linda Robson, as you mentioned, doesn't go through with her threat that I've seen today to do the first bikini shower scene.
Oh God, yeah. I think there'll be
that needs to come with a warning.
Competition between, because there's quite a few young girls this year, so there'll be a competition between them to see who does get in there first. And then on the male side of things, we've got Eric Bristow, the darts player, Brian Connolly, veteran TV entertainer, Colin Baker, former Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, he's been quiet for a number of years.
Yeah, David Hay, the boxer, who I think is probably this year's big name. and Hugo Taylor, who I'm informed is in Made in Chelsea, but I wouldn't know him if he walked down the street. So pass me on the street.
To be fair, he might not recognise you if he passes you in the street, but I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll go, look, there's Matt from Custard TV Live.
Okay.
So,
hello.
I don't know. Hello. I suppose we ought to say that the rumours about The Rock, that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson for you uninformed, big name American actor and wrestler, he will not be coming into the He's not that desperate.
He's released a statement, actually, Gary, and said that it's rubbish.
He will not be laying the smackdown. He will not be laying the smackdown on anybody soon. Though him versus Eric Bristow was the fight that everyone wanted to see. So I'm a Celebrity coming back. That will dominate the. I think it goes on for about a month, doesn't it? It finishes around about early December.
I think it's 3 weeks. I think it finishes on Friday the 30th. Would be my estimation. Right. I would say.
And let's face it, as much as we say we might be oversaturated with reality TV, I'm a Celebrity is quite good. It is completely different to the others. It's not a talent competition. It is literally a reality show about watching people surviving. So there is something about it. And if they get some good people in there, if they get someone controversial, that would be quite good. I know they've had some quite sort of good people in there before. So quickly, because we.
I think Anti-Deck's links are brilliant. They're one of the things that make that for me. So.
Indeed. We've only got a couple of minutes left. I know we've actually got more time due to our technical difficulties, but we're actually going to finish dead on 1:45-ish, so that we don't, so that your podcast listeners can piece 2 episodes together and go, there's my 45 minutes of podcast goodness. A couple of shows, one show returning, Case Sensitive. If you didn't see Case Sensitive when it was on earlier this year, then I would recommend that you catch it on ITV3 tonight at 10 o'clock. So go and set your DVRs once you finish listening to the show. Also on tonight is the only show that Luke and Matt and I have ever said don't watch.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about it. Oh no,
okay.
Sorry. Some Girls is on tonight on BBC 3 at 10 o'clock. If you want to watch it and go, my goodness, this is terrible television, you can agree with us. Don't email in or podcast or whatever or contact us. We told you it was bad. If you watch it, it's your own fault. Starting on Wednesday, that's tomorrow night for you fans, is a Channel 4 drama starring Gabriel Byrne called Secret State. Now, I've not read an awful lot of great stuff about this. Apparently it's a fairly plodding 4-parter, but you'd think Gabriel Byrne would give it a bit of oomph, wouldn't you?
And Gina McKee, of course, again,
yeah,
busy, and Charles Dance. So it's a good cast.
Yeah,
and a political thriller, I think, based on a very British coup. I think is
right. Good time for the political thrillers. We haven't mentioned much about the fact that the American election's going on, so a political thriller. And if I can get my West Wing number in there, if you can do your West Wing drinking game, I'm voting for President Bartlett this evening.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got that in there. Luke will love that when he's flying over the jungle. Also coming to ITV1 next Monday, so before we reach you again via the podcast, a daytime programme on ITV called Crime Stories. Very, very loosely based on sort of real life stories, I believe. It stars a former bloke out of Hollyoaks. That's not a good start, is it?
No.
Is there anything interesting that we can say about this? I suppose there isn't really anything like this. We talked about Nick Nickleby in the podcast recently.
It's sort of part reconstruction almost. I think they are all based on true crime, but it's with actors who you sort of recognise from soaps from years ago. So there's Derek from Coronation Street, Mick Johnson from Brookside, I believe, is in one. So lots of soap stars of the 90s.
Jane Antrobus. I don't know what that means. She's in it. Do you recognise Jane Antrobus? I'm looking at a picture of her, and I've got no clue. She could see me in the street, and I would never go, oh, look, there's Jane Antrobus.
I believe Ben Hull is the ex-Hollyoaks, and I think he was in Brookside as well. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's true. He's been in some Channel 4 soaps. Lastly, I want to talk about the fact that there's a very unique television programme coming back next week called The Booth at the End. It's the second series. It's a single-piece drama. Set across 5 nights. It will start every night on the FX channel, Monday to Friday next week, and hopefully I'll do a little review next Tuesday of the first episode. It's basically one man sits in a booth in a cafe, People come in and they ask him for things, and he grants them wishes, but in return he wants something. So to start with, you see a series of people coming in saying, and he's reading from a book, and you don't know what he's doing. You think he might be the devil, you think he might be a lawyer or something like that. But he'll say things like, okay, you want £1,000 to secure your home. Okay, you have to go and kidnap a child outside a school. So they're very kind of weird things. And then towards the end of the week, everything starts to interconnect.